Good morning again. I hope I find you well. This lecture is on vendor management. So I'd rather call it vendor management system. Those are talking of e-procurement. What does vendor management mean? From the manual point of view, it's used when describing the activities included in the researching and the sourcing vendors, obtaining quotes with pricing, capabilities, turnaround times, and the quality of work, negotiating contracts, managing relationship, assigning jobs, evaluating performance, and ensuring payments are made. That's vendor management. It's a mouthful. Now, vendor management system. We want to recognize that so that it is internet-based or internet-enabled. What we have said about, we need to make that internet-based. Right? Vendor management system. Let's start with the registration. I will try and give you a video on the registration so that you'll be able to follow what I am trying to state below. What are the steps of registering a vendor? New vendors, they click on the register. If you are already registered, then you just log in and give your password. But new vendors will complete the screen, entering their tax ID, company number, country, and email address so that you are able to follow them. Step 3, you register the company. The company information entered on the previous screen will automatically populate the screen. Step 4, vendor management system administrator. We have an administrator. That is the person. The administrator is the person registering the company. In all requirement data fields, the administrator will establish a password. To complete the registration process, you will then require to change the password for security. First time you access the system, and then your password is there. Next time, just log in. Step 5, verifying updated address. The company information entered under the first tab will automatically populate your screen. Then you verify that. Is this correct? If it is correct, fair and fine. Step 6, enter terms and conditions. Vendors are not required to complete this screen, although vendors can enter their payment and shipping terms and the shipping methods. This information will only be used and will not be used until there is a fully operational e-procurement system in the place. So you don't have a fully e-procurement system, then this will not be useful. Step 7, self-certification. Vendors can acquire that, can acknowledge that they are certified through the necessary department applicable category. Step 8, select commodity service. Selecting the correct commodity service course is key, very important. Vendors will receive solicitation information and search for the applicable commodities that which the vendor wants to supply. Step 9, review vendor information. The final step in the vendor registration process is reviewing the data entered in the system. Reviewing the data entered in the system. Right, so that's the registration. Don't forget that process of registration is important. But you've got the levels of vendor assessment. How do you assess your vendor? It's important that you make these assessments. Product level, what do you assess? The focus established and improving the vendor's product quality. You are looking at the quality. Incoming inspections, quality inspections are carried out. You have to go there and find out what is happening, the quality. It's not only the appearance. But you've got certain qualities which you require for your products, for the supplied products. Process level. What methods are they using? Are they not third parties or middlemen? Closely investigate rather than focusing on product inspection. This is because the quality of the product depends on the quality of vendor's manufacturing process. So you are neglecting the manufacturing process so that you understand the product which you are going to receive. Quality assurance system. Quality assurance is checking on the way in which quality inspection procedures are developed by the vendor or by the supplier. Maintaining the entire quality organization of the vendor is the subject of investigation of the buyer's firm or of your organization if you are the buyer. Company level. In this approach, not only quality aspects are focused, but also financial aspects are taken into consideration. Do you have that capacity? What type of management? In this way, the buyer tries to establish how competitive that particular supplier will be. Is this not a desk company? Is it not a briefcase company? You need to be very careful. Company level, financial statements. You go through those and find out what you are dealing with. Right? Vendor evaluation and selection process. You have registered these guys, but you want to evaluate because you've got a number of them providing the same product. Activity and decisions involved in the vendor evaluations selection are the following. This is the process. Recognize the need for vendor selection. Is there a need? If it is there, then you carry it out. Identify key resource requirements. Determine sourcing strategy. What strategy are you going to use? Are you going to use the back door? Then it's not a vendor system. Identify potential supply sources. Limit vendor in the pool. You want only to deal with those which you have known already. Which you know they provide the product. Which you know the production is up to standard. Up to what you want. Determine the method of vendor evaluation and selection. Then you select the vendor. This is the process. Let's have a look at it and say, recognize the need. A requirement exists to evaluate selection tender, or an item or a service. It's the first step. Is there a need? Is there a problem which needs to be solved? So there is a need. So you must recognize that need. Identify key sourcing requirements. What are the sourcing requirements that are crucial for a purchase, as they often differ widely from item to item, organization to organization, industry to industry. While different requirements exist for each evaluation area, the minimum evaluation area includes supply quality, cost, delivery, performance, technology capabilities. Can you communicate with them? What is their performance? What is their delivery? What is their history? What is the cost? And the quality. And the quality. Determine sourcing strategies. This is no single sourcing. There is no single strategy which can satisfy the requirements of purchase. Because of this, the purchasing strategy adopted for a particular item or service will influence the approach adopted for supply evaluation and selection process. Identify potential supply sources. Purchasers rely on various sources of information when identifying potential sources of supply. Determine your strategy. We talked of sourcing. Determine that. Limit suppliers in the pool. Based on the information gathered, you have registered them. So you've got the information. The purchase may identify many potential suppliers from which to choose. Various criteria used for making the preliminary evaluations are financial risk analysis, evaluation of current and previous supplier performance. Do they have a history? And that history attractive? Do you agree with that? Evaluation of information are provided by the supplier. You evaluate, all right? Determine method of supply evaluation selection. Based on the preliminary evaluation, suppliers who are not capable are then eliminated. Because you know, the buyer or purchaser team must then decide how to evaluate the many suppliers who may appear to be equally qualified. Select supplier. The final step, you go to select the vendor. This may require notification and awarding of purchase contract to the supplier or to the vendor. These are some of the key vendor evaluation criteria. These are important. I will ask you to go and read more about this. An initial supply evaluation will cover for more of repeating what I've already indicated. Supplier management capability, supplier or vendor management capability, overall personnel capabilities. Do they have the people? Cost structure. Are they not too expensive? For nothing. Total quality performance system. And their philosophy, mission, goal, objectives. Process and technology capabilities. Are we able to, is our system able to talk to their system? Is there a synergy? Are we not having a problem? Environmental regulation compliance. This is important. We are talking of green climate. We are talking of climate changes and so on. This is important. Do they comply with that? Financial capability and stability. Look at their financial statements. Production schedules and control system. If you have investigated to find out their production schedules and how they are doing their quality control and so on. Supply delivery performance. Are they able to supply? Are they able to deliver in time? Information system capabilities. I've already said a lot about that. Supplier purchase strategies, policies and techniques. We've talked of strategies above. Policies and techniques. What are their policies? What are their techniques? Does that not take a long time? Long-term relationship potential is very important. It's very important. That relationship. Can we create a relationship with this? That's the evaluation we are interested in. These are some of the questions. These are some of the questions. And these are some of the areas. Read them and understand them. Lead times and on-time delivery. Are there delays? Quality and control assurance. We have covered that above. Flexibility. Are they flexible? Location. Where are they located nearby or not? Price. Crucial is the price. Product and services changes. Can they accommodate when the service changes? Suppose you are saying I want this, and then they need to change the product. Reputation and financial stability. It's just the repetition of what we have. Other accounts. The supply heavily depend on buyer and supply cost. There is giving priority to another buyer's needs in that. Something like that. That will affect the relationship. Right? Vendor evaluation and rating. Check these areas. Have these answered. Questions answered. Reliability, technical capability, right? Availability. Does the supplier assure delivery in time? Do they have the capacity? After sales service, if they give me this and I have problems, they come in and correct the problem. Is there an emergency service available? A unit which can rush through and come and correct the situation. Sales assistance. Can they do that? If they can do that, then these are good vendors. These are good suppliers. Right. What are the advantages of vendor or the benefits that you get when you are using the vendor rating? I'm not saying vendor system, but the vendor rating. Understand the question there. The vendor rating. I hope you can write that down and compare with what I have. These are the advantages. Efficient vendor rating system obtains the best vendor. Important of all, you save money, you save time. Provides a scientific vendor rating system which used improve, which if used improves the image of the purchasing executive, improves your image. Rests the entire performance of the vendor, not guided by a narrow vision. Narrow vision. Avoid that. But the rest will allow you not to narrow down. Provide the buyer additional information on the capabilities of vendor with regard to know-how, testing, transport, and contractual willingness. Another advantage, objectively compares performance of vendor and improves the relationship with the better performance of the vendor. Rating can be used to provide a feedback to the vendors to improve their performance, not only their performance, but also your performance. Decision to disqualify, blacklist, discriminate the vendor because you've got the information. Vendor rating will give you that advantage. So there are so many of them, and you can read more. Vendor rating can be used as an important mechanism to allocate share of business among a large number of suppliers. Allocate business, number of suppliers. Vendor rating not only enables the buyer organization to know the performance of their supplier, but it gives an idea on how much they outperform their competitors. The business is about competition, and you want to have that healthy competition, which will help you to grow. Right. Those are the advantages. But we didn't look at the challenges. So what I want you to do, go and look at the challenges. Then if you look at the challenges, but something I would like you to know is the benefits, the challenges of this subsystem, they do overlap. They really do overlap, which is very important, which makes the course a bit easy. Then how do you motivate your vendors? You tell me. You can just put down the answer. And they compare which I have here. I have just two approaches. Punishment. Punish them. This is a powerful motivator. When the buyer reduces the number of suppliers. Another approach is known as when dealing with the partnership supplier. Under this incremental cost resulting from quality problems or late deliveries, then you don't give them the tender. It's as simple as that. That will motivate them. Come back well prepared. Then you can also reward them as a motivation. The biggest reward for satisfactory performance is to repeat the order. Then they would love that. Then you are creating the relationship. Punishing also helps. Rewarding also helps. This is the argument. I hope you might have some more. Then you can add to that. All right. How best can you assist your vendors? How best can you assist your vendors? There are many ways. I'm sure you are already practicing this. There are many ways which you can assist your vendor. Right. Let's compare what you have with what I have. These are training you provide to the vendor. Just training. It's for your good. And it also creates the relationship. Problem solving. If they have problems, why can't you just assist them in solving their problem? Vendor management inventory. That's an inventory now. You have been managing the vendor. That was the system you're talking about. But there is this inventory part of it, which you can't run away from the vendor. How do you manage vendor inventory? I have also a short video which I would like to give you. If I don't, please remind me, because it's important that you compare what we have here and what is on the video. What challenges are likely to face in the management inventory? What are the challenges? You must have some challenges. And what are these challenges? These are some of the challenges. This is listed below. I'll try to go through some of them, but I'll also ask you to look at them. Look at the additional ones, because there are so many of them. Let's look at the user acceptance. All the stakeholders are involved within the process. You have to be 100% behind this. You experience this when you with the change management. Resistance, not willing to change. Why? Because they are used to the old system. That alone will disturb you. It's a challenge. Stakeholders need to be committed. They want to make it happen. Stakeholders may not be willing to share knowledge or accept the system. Yay, that would be terrible. Make them accept the system. Then you move together. Extensive testing, that is very important. Usually we refer to it as pilot testing. Test that system. Test that electronic system so that you are satisfied. Attend to worries, then everything will be okay. But if you don't do that, then you have a problem. All right? Handling stock levels. How do you handle the stock level? Vendor management also dependent on the vendor and the customer being able to work together to accurately determine the focus for demand. Without accurate focus, the inventory system will simply implode and be unable to cope. Why don't you make your systems married together? Why don't you make your systems be talking on each other so that when there is a stock level to be upgraded or a shortfall, they do provide in time because the systems are linked together. The vendor also knows that there is a need for that supply because the stock level is now low. All right? A learning curve. Yes, that's a challenge. That's a learning curve. We always learn. We always make mistakes. But this is a challenge. We need to give it time. Right? Relationship mistrust is another problem. Do we trust each other? It needs to be built on trust. It needs to be built on relationship. But this might take a bit of some time for it to become effective. Contractual compliance. Some of them are good at breaking contracts. That becomes a problem. Contractual agreements. When they can still sell products, they procure any competitor. Sorry. They are selling the same product, but they are not selling to you. What does that mean? This reminds me, when talking of COVID-19, EU had problems, and they had to complain that the British are being given the nets, but they are not being given the nets. Yet they signed the contract. That's supplying the product to another, the competitor, and not giving the others. That becomes a problem. That's a good example which you can always refer to. Technology capabilities. Can our systems talk together? Are you able to upgrade your system so that it talks if there are any changes on the on the supplier side or on the buyer side? Can we upgrade so that that upgrade can also talk to each other? That is important. If your systems do not enable, then you have a problem. Impact on random trade promotions. Random trade promotions. You want to promote this? Is the vendor in a position to do it? Again, if you have not done your assessment correctly, then you have a problem. Financially, they may say they are not able to do that. But you want to move on. This is a competing world. So what are the solutions to all this? Do you have any solutions? I would love to know whether you have any solutions here. These are some of the solutions. Supplier development and training, short-term, medium contracting, negotiating with users so that they buy into the initiative. Joint planning, yes, we want to do this and we want to improve this and we want to make some promotions and so on. Pilot run, so that you remove the mistrust and the users and then achieve user acceptance. That's the end of it. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for joining me.